Hello, everybody. Happy last couple days of the year. I want to go live here a second early just to make sure that everything on my tech is going good. Let's move that full plant a little bit. The plant needs to come over. I've got the, looks like audio's coming through okay. Fingers crossed. The power company has been up and down my alley all week replacing power poles. And they're here again. They just pulled up out front. They haven't had to turn power off all week. I really, really hope that they don't have to do it today. So it looks like we've got a handful of you guys here already. If you could go ahead and say hello, let me know like you can hear and see me okay. I want to make sure that everything's working right. And while we're waiting for everybody else to join, let me know if you guys have heard of the book, Your One Thing by Gary Keller. This whole idea of finding like the one thing each day to do that's going to be the most valuable, right? That is going to help out your business the most. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Looks like, oh, there we go. Hey, Christine. So good to see you. All right, let me make sure I can bring chats on. Got to bring up my right window. Interview, no, just chat. Or is it just comments? Guys, if you're just joining, go ahead and let us know what you can hear. It say hello, where you're calling in from, all that jazz. I don't know if the email's gone out yet. I want to bring you guys' comments on, and I'm not. There it is. Comments. Bingo. Yay. Happy holidays to you, Christine. So good to see you. All right. Let me size this right so other people can come on and say hello. Hello, Christy. Thanks for being here in Sanitas. But it's a lot warmer where you are than it is here in Minnesota. And Beth is here. Hi, Beth. Good to see you. Good stuff. Okay, everything's working. Guys, if you guys are here, go ahead and let me know. I want to hear before we kick off, what was one of your kind of big priorities for 2022 that you can celebrate? How can we help celebrate any big accomplishments, any projects, big or small, that you got done that felt good to get done? Richard Rosario, buddy. How's it going, bud? We need to connect in the new year for sure, man. I hope you're doing well. Hi, Beth. All right. Looks like we got more people piling in here. Good stuff. All right. So keep letting me know what, let's see, updated website, move to sticky, changing your approach. Good stuff. I wonder what changing your approach means. I know you've done a lot, Beth, already. Beth, for Beth and for Christine, you guys have a lot of the pieces of the puzzle I'm going to be talking about today. So I appreciate you being here. This will be a little bit of recap review for you guys. It's my goal today is really to catch people up to where you guys are, getting some baseline foundation things built in your business so that everything else can go smoother. All right. Looks like we got more people in. All right, last chance before I kick off into my slides. Let me know what, like a big to do. What was a big domino you knocked down in your business that's going to make next year easier? Let's see. Nicole in the Rochester area? Cool. Mary says she's finally got her website up and running. Congratulations. I love it. But Deborah says slowing down, but want to finish strong. Absolutely. Systems in place. So important. All of that kind of that important high value work that you don't necessarily see an instant return on like today. But it sits there and runs in the background and makes things more effective, makes all the other things throughout the year more effective. I love that stuff. It's so hard to prioritize, especially as creatives. Stan just finished his website. Michelle, congratulations on increasing your pricing. Okay, here we go. We got everybody here. Now the comments are cruising. Thanks, guys. Keep that coming. Keep interacting with me live. I've got lots to cover today. I'm going to go ahead and jump into my presentation. Okay, welcome. So I know that as a small business owner, it can be isolating. Okay, there's a lot on your plate, and it feels like everything's kind of we pick up one thing and we turn around and then something else is falling over on top of us, which is why it's so important. Thanks, guys, for sharing that we identify each day, each week, each month, those singular tasks, those important tasks that will. It says all from the idea of the book by Gary Keller called The One Thing, where start your day and say, what is one thing I can get done out of my whole to-do list that's going to make the rest of my to-dos easier? And I know that building some of the systems and automations and some of that stuff can be really complicated, but it has such an incredible ROI. Just as when I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday, just the manual emails you've got to send over when you book. If some of that stuff isn't automated, I had one she was like, Nate, it's so, I know I need to build some marketing, but if I book more clients, I'm going to be too busy because I've got to do all this manual stuff. So it's important to get ready to get busy too, right? This time of year, going in to the first part of the year, it's a good time to just kind of check in and build our systems. So today I'm going to run things a little different than you guys are used to. I really want to focus on some of the results and get really specific for those of you that haven't worked with Sticky yet to get your systems in place, okay? I do a lot of education and I've got lots of education to share, but this one's gonna be a little different because I want you guys having results like this. Charlene said she booked her highest wedding at 25K. Melissa Key says, since the day we made her system live, she's been averaging 1 new inquiry a day. JB said, I just keep waking up to new consult meetings on my calendar. So if you want results like that in your business, please keep listening. We've learned a lot, and this time of year, it's just a really good time to reflect. I know you have so many plates spinning in your business. And the reason why I want to do this kind of year-end review different today is some of you listening are the busiest photographers that don't have time. You sat down to watch a webinar, something's gonna come up, or maybe you didn't have time to catch us live. You are the photographer that I've designed so much of this solution for and this done for you service. And I feel like you're the ones that I'm missing, okay? So you don't have time to sit and watch an entire hour of training or 8 hours of workshops. What I'm showing you guys today is our complete StoryBrand website and funnel system, okay? And it's the equivalent of going and hiring an agency in your town or a StoryBrand certified guide in your town to build your marketing for you, to delegate it off your plate. So yes, I'm selling something today, and I want to help, especially you guys, understand what that is and understand how much we do for you, and to really kind of compare it. We got the last couple days of the year for some of you on where am I going to spend some of my profit to kind of buy down your tax obligation for the year. There's training, there's gear. I know there's all kinds of fun things to invest in at the end of the year. I want to help you make that decision smartly, knowing that a new camera isn't going to help you get a lot of your goals. I know it's fun. If you earned it, go buy your awesome new camera, right? For those of you that are growing like crazy. But if you didn't get enough sessions or your profit wasn't high enough this year, I want to talk to you specifically on installing systems and most importantly, hiring somebody to build this for you. Okay, that's the key point I want to talk about. So the training, for those of you that aren't in a place to make an investment right now, I always, I love putting training out there. Training is my first I've got my master's degree in education. I love putting together training. But what I did differently after almost 50 of you asked for a website review on that when you registered, I obviously don't have time to do 50 website reviews. So what I did instead is I put together my very best kind of free website clarity training, and I'm launching that today. So if you want to be the first ones to get access to my website clarity training, please stick around. I'm going to give you that. What's dope about that is when I sit here and I'll do as many website reviews as I can at the end, because that's what got many of you guys here. But what I'm giving all of you now is my criteria. The way when I look at somebody's website, the way I'm going to look at somebody's website at the end of this workshop today, this is what I'm looking for. These are the top 5 factors that will have the quickest and biggest impact on your website and on your business. So stick around to get, this is the other part when we're working on like website reviews. I want to make sure it's valuable to everybody else who's watching too. That's where my head's at. And the other piece is being able to watch it in small chunks is the better way to be thinking about fixing and updating and improving your website. So I hope that works for you guys. I'm excited to dig directly into my biggest lessons that I've learned from you guys directly and from inside of our company, this unique perspective we have building hundreds of websites and funnels for photographers this year. I've learned some exciting and some scary things, all right? The first thing I want to share is that there's less room for error, okay? The middle is going away. There's photographers I work with who are growing, who are easily over 6 figures and are increasing the amount of profit they're getting. They're like, Nate, I've got too many clients. I want less clients, right? I want to make more profit. That's awesome. But then I feel like there's an increasing number of photographers who have been in business for a while, but your business is shrinking. Your bookings are shrinking. And it's because you don't have clear and concise marketing and clear systems installed. And if you don't have those things, I just see a scary number of photographers failing. Their business is failing because they don't have the right pieces in place. The other lesson I've learned is you're just busy trying so many things like in panic mode, and that's not helping. Way too much time spent on the wrong things. So nothing else you guys take away is focusing on the core parts of your business, prioritizing the right things so you stay in business. So we can get more of you guys here. So when I surveyed you all a month ago, 39% of your businesses are down, 39 are about the same for bookings, and I think only 22% are up. So this is what I'm talking about. There's less room to have messy marketing, to have confusing marketing. And this really resonated when I first talked with Alex Hyman in South Carolina. He said, Nate, back in the golden days, we didn't have to market really. People just talk about us and that would be enough, right? And I've learned this lesson over the last 11, now 12 years running Sticky, is word of mouth referrals are great. They're the lifeblood and the foundation of your business. But consumers are getting so fickle and their attention spans so short that even getting a word of mouth referral to your website, to a confusing website that's not turning enough of your traffic into lead, you're missing out, and your businesses aren't going to make it, especially in a downturn, especially as consumers get more spoiled and their attention spans get increasingly short. So let me know if you guys are feeling this. What group are you in? While you guys, I want to keep the live audience here engaged too, guys. Where did you fall? Was your business down? Your number of bookings down, the same, or up? Let's see what you guys have to say in the comments. So the takeaway here is, I don't think it's your fault, okay? It's not anything to do about your work. It's not something to do with the quality, your pricing. I know lots of photographers who are raising their pricing and still fully booked, okay? So I wanna make sure that you're not blaming yourself and you're not making up stories about it being your work or something like that, okay? So the next and final big lesson Yeah, Deborah says, thanks to old clients. And Richard says, same. Yep. Okay, so one of my big lessons here that was kind of a hard one for us is after building hundreds of websites and hundreds of funnels, I just felt like we were overwhelming people, trying to give them too much at once. And so some of you have just a funnel and just a website. But this isn't working, okay? The results are inconsistent. This kind of helps and this kind of helps. But when we bring them both together, a simple, clear website and a simple, clear marketing and pricing funnel, that's where really consistent results, where you're almost every single photographer in this group that we built both for has more leads, more bookings, and more sales. It's just night and day. And that was a hard kind of, it's rewarding, and I'm glad that this is working, but I feel bad if there's any of you on the call who only have one piece and not the other. Stick around. I want to help you guys get the other piece. And if you don't have anything yet from Sticky, the lesson I've learned and the thing I'm going to do going forward is making sure that we're delivering both pieces, because that's how you really increase and guarantee results. I think Christine's on the call. Christine, when we first launched your funnel on your old site, we didn't get many leads. It was more than you were used to, but still not enough. And then we helped you story brand your website, and you got more leads in a month than you did in the previous year. So these results, like Christine's, I kept seeing this pattern, all right? So the takeaway here is you need both. And in the Donald Miller's second book, Marketing Made Simple, this is essentially what he teaches, is a website's not enough anymore. You need a funnel that's interconnected with your website. All right, Christine says yes. Thanks for being here. I love it. Okay, so let's go forward. Let's dig into it. You're busy and trying everything. Let's make sure we're focusing on the right things, okay? So here's a quick test. If you're watching the recording or you're here live, if you're looking forward to your annual goals, and my challenge was, what would you need, which one of these metrics would you need to move or focus on growing in order to double your business? That's a huge ask, right? To double. That's really think big for a second. And what I see so many photographers do is try to focus on traffic. I know I did this. When I first got my business going, got my first handful of clients, it's so exciting and intoxicating. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm good. I've got a business now. And all it was referrals from friends and family. And so I kind of stopped working on my marketing, but on like my website and my systems. And I just went out and promoted and Facebook ads and referral cards and all this stuff and trying to get just the word out to my business. But I was getting customers despite my terrible website, despite my confusing systems and my janky prices, right? So focusing so much on traffic is kind of like inviting people over to a messy house, right? It's especially this time of year, it's important to slow down, clean the house, and then as the season picks up, we start to invite more people to our clean house. So this costs a bunch of money. Traffic is expensive. And yes, if you were to double it, the other thing that sucks about traffic is it's temporary. A lot of traffic tactics are fickle. They just like you put it, whether you buy a bunch of it or you do promotions or partnerships or whatever, you got to do it all over again next month. It's a ton of work. It's forever work. So if I were to task you, okay, go double your traffic. Let's go do some reels and TikToks and Google ads and blogging and all this stuff, right? This is forever work and it's important, but it's two things. It's really expensive and it's takes a lot of work. Therefore, before you focus on growing traffic, please focus on the rest of your business first so that your traffic dollars, your traffic energy goes into a business that's going to take advantage and respect the value and the hard work you put into getting it all, right? We need to focus on our conversion to customer. This number is so much more realistic. If we just, for the next quarter, we say, I'm going to forget about trying to grow traffic. I'm just going to increase my conversion to customer. a lot of systems, a lot of projects you're going to take on, that's forever investment in your business. If you clarify the words on your website and you build a funnel, that's an asset that will sit there and run in the background literally while you sleep, while every other traffic tactic you do gives you a better ROI because you're getting a better conversion. And so you're not only growing revenue once a month when you go burst and do this energy, you're adding a baseline increase of ROI to your whole business. Then the next more realistic, more manageable, more attainable goal is to also increase your average sale. And what I'm going to show you, when you have a better kind of inquiry funnel, when you do a better job of just teaching your customers and potential customers what you do and inspiring them about what's possible, you sell more. So this is all about doing things without Facebook ads, without high pressure sales tactics. It's about growing your conversion to customer and increasing your sales. So said another way, if you're looking into next year and you're going, you know what, I would rather have less customers if it meant growing my profit. If that's you, this is for you. I'm building systems for photographers like you. That's the type of people we love helping. All right, so everybody else, pause chasing traffic and sending them to a website that's not converting. Take a break. You can always come back to this, okay? We need to remove the mazes from our websites and make it simpler, okay? Sending traffic to a confusing, messy website, not the answer. Let's fix your website, fix your systems first. The reality is, when I've spoken with hundreds of photographers this year, so many of you still have contact forms and nothing else. And less than 1% of your traffic is taking the time to fill out a form like this. Oh, if it's just contact me now or book now or sign up for my newsletter. Instead, photographers that we've worked with where we've simplified their website, whether it's on Sticky or their own website, we've simplified it with StoryBrand, and then we've installed a clear, simple lead gen offer where with free tips and options to get pricing, we see 5 to 10 times the number of leads, guys. This is so impactful to your business, and that's why I get passionate. That's why I've decided to do the webinar today this way, where I'm going to walk you through the results that are possible and everything that's included and why you need it, okay? So I was on a call last month walking through everything. That's the one downside, is there's a lot to go over, right? He said, when I was all done, he goes, you're either crazy, you're either a genius or you're crazy. I was expecting you to say this was going to cost $5,000 or more. What I'm going to show you does not cost that much. We've worked really hard to build this system so that it's affordable for photographers at any stage. If you're making over $100,000 a year or in the hundreds, it makes sense for you to hire a dedicated agency or StoryBrand guide to build something custom. I've done that. It's fun. You can hire me directly for $5,000 or more. We'll spend the day together. But most of your businesses, it's not worth it. There is no ROI there. So that's why we've built this system, this complete funnel. The other thing that I think a lot of people were confused about this year when I started talking about StoryBrand and our new template, yes, we make the simplest, quickest path to getting a StoryBrand website. Many of you with established sites and blogs, you do not have to come to Sticky, okay? But you still need to StoryBrand your site. And we have the quickest, best way for you to do that, okay? So I'm going to show you why you need to StoryBrand your site one way or another, and we can help you get that done. The reality is, the good old days are over. People used to spend tons of time on your website, but not anymore. They just scan, right? Ronnie Chang says it best.
More prime. Can't get enough prime here. You need it prime. We need prime harder, faster, stronger. Faster prime. Prime now. Prime now. 2-hour delivery. Prime now. Give it to me now. When I press buy, put the item in my hand. Now.
I love it. Guys, we have to laugh or cry, as I always say. This is who we are marketing to. So as you are beating yourself up at the end of the year, if you did not hit the goals or the results you were hoping for, it's not about your work, okay? Please be more kind to yourself. Marketing is hard. Many of you have never really had to figure it out, and now you do, okay? Because consumers their attention spans are getting shorter, their expectations are getting ever more ridiculous because they're used to being so spoiled. Donald Miller gives us the roadmap and the understanding to why this is. And he says, whenever we're building any marketing, we need to always remember that we're marketing to other humans' brains, and we need to know we need to use what we know about their brains to have them hear us at all. Because they're always asking, our brains are always scanning, going, how will this help me survive and thrive and conserve calories? Okay. Whether we're purchasing anything, any service, when we're just deciding where our kids are going to go to school, every little thing we're running through this filter. How would this help me survive and thrive? And is it going to help me conserve calories? And this idea of like brain calories. Our brain is what burns the most amount of calories every day. And it's understanding the internet. It's understanding what you do via a browser. That's where we need to help our potential customers conserve their brain calories. I know it sounds so silly, but I think it's the best way to understand how you can create marketing that's finally going to work, that's finally going to get you the results you need without having to rely so heavily on your network of people that already know, like, and trust you. In order to grow a really strong business, you need to create marketing that can turn a stranger into somebody that knows and likes and trusts you, okay? So when you're building anything, whether it's your pricing guide, your website, anything, you need to think about every little piece of information as a big, heavy 18-pound bowling ball that's greased up with Vaseline, and every additional idea you give them, whether it's multiple genres or multiple locations and all of the different products and sizes and everything, it's too much. We've got to stop giving as much as we're trying to give on a website, because once we've given too much, they don't just drop one idea, they drop all of it. They bounce out and they go to look for somebody who's simpler and easier to do business with. When you confuse, you lose, okay? So the other big takeaway here is I know that all of us make up terrible stories when we get ghosted, when we see traffic on our website, or we finally deliver pricing and people ghost on you. We make up these hurtful stories that they went with somebody better, my work's not good enough, they only want digitals, prices are too high, nobody wants to hire a pro anymore. What else? What are some of the other negative stories you're telling yourself when you're getting ghosted? Please hear this heart to heart, guys. The real reason you're not booking as many clients as you should is simply because your clients are busy and your marketing isn't clear enough. Okay? It has nothing to do with these other reasons. I have countless examples of photographers being fully booked and profits growing. Okay? So we need to know that if you don't immediately, quickly show people how you help them survive and thrive, they simply stop listening. Now, in order to do that, you need clear words on your website. Clear words are the hardest thing to do, but the most important ingredient in any website. And you've been lied to, okay? All of these big companies spend millions of dollars on Super Bowl ads every year. I'm excited to see which one they do this year. To try to tell you that starting a website that's going to make you a bunch of money overnight while you're sleeping is easy. Guys, it's not easy, okay? These website tools are great. And if you're using it doesn't matter which tool you're using, you can do a lot and they can help you make something pretty, but that doesn't mean it's going to work. It doesn't mean if you put a bunch of words in there that don't connect and resonate with your target client, it doesn't matter how pretty it is. People only buy after they read the words that make them want to buy. All of these companies giving you templates It's like them giving you a race car with no gasoline. Okay. A website without clear words is like a car without gas. Or it's like you giving your client your camera without your years of talent and experience. Okay. You need clear words on your website. I hated writing when I first started. I would have lorem ipsum all over my page because I didn't know what to write. Turns out a lot of you do. I did this search. There's 29 million photographers with this sample template-based text in our websites, public on the web. Make sure you get that fixed, guys. The bad news is writing clear words in the right order on your website is the most difficult thing you'll do, but it's the most important thing you need. The good news is StoryBrand makes this easy. I'm struggle with ADD and dyslexia and all this stuff. I was a terrible reader growing up. I never thought I was a good writer until I learned this system using formula instead of having to stare at a blank screen or worse yet, copy other people. You need to follow a proven formula and framework to make sure that you use the right words in the right order. Okay? All right, I hope this is helping. I love it. Okay, so your website's number one job is not to get the booking, okay? Another way to lessen your stress or lessen the job your website's trying to get done is to let it do just one thing really well. Just focusing on converting traffic into the traffic you have today into a lead is all you need to be focusing on, okay? And when you kind of realize that's all it needs to do, it's easy to save so much of the stuff that we used to want to put on our website. And what I think happens is I see a lot of photographers, even the ones I'm going to review today, they have a bunch of information from past clients. You're like, I wish everybody knew this. And then there's like this fine print, and I want people to know this, this, and this. So I'm going to make sure that everybody sees that right on my website. That might help people who already work with you, but it's only going to confuse strangers, okay? So we always want to be writing our website for strangers with the idea of what's the littlest amount of information we can give them that's going to encourage them to inquire and to subscribe to an email sequence or something like that, okay? People don't read websites anymore. They simply scan them. You know that, right? Your website, really all it needs to do is read like a few billboards. So the more good news here, you only need 8 billboards. Some of you guys have 30. Some of you guys have 30 novels in multi-page PDFs. We've got to slow down and only give them little bite-sized chunks. I know it's depressing sometimes when we look at the rise of TikTok and Reels. If there's one thing that's teaching us is how people want things in tiny little chunks, okay? So the hero of your website, this is the section above the fold, okay? Whenever I look at a website, when I'm looking at some later, I'm asking myself, if I was driving down the freeway at 70 miles an hour, could I read it? Could I understand it? And would it convince me to let off the gas and want to read more? That's how you need to approach your website. In each section then is designed to slow them down. You give them the problem, the hook, to show them you understand their issues, their concerns, their hesitations. And they go, oh yeah. Then they want to read more. Then they see the testimonials written in the right way. And they go, oh wow, this person could help me survive and thrive. And oh wow, their portfolio is great. Oh, and they have a simple plan. It's easy to work with them. Oh, recap, this is how the first step is this. And if I'm not ready to book yet, I can opt into this educational sequence and get free tips or access to pricing. That's all you need. So those 8 billboards are what are included in the StoryBrand Bootcamp, okay? Where I walk you through 8 simple videos where I show you the 8 simple sections. the right words in the right order that your website needs, okay? It's okay to leave them visitors wanting more. The first step is to clear is taking things out and clearing a lot of the noise away. This is how you will start turning more traffic into leads and stop overwhelming them. Having one page, having more stuff on one page instead of making them click all around, having one genre per page, you can save so much of what you're trying to communicate to your potential customers until the phone call or until later in the process. Okay, the order of the information, we use the StoryBrand kind of story framework that's been used for millennia in movies and in books and stories to hijack people's brains, knowing that we only have seconds. If we structure this information and the words on the website in the right order, people will read it and they will take that next step. So remember, the bad news is writing clear words is the most important and the hardest, but the framework makes it the easiest I've ever seen, okay? So in my StoryBrand Bootcamp, which is part of this whole funnel, whether you want us to build your website or you want to take what we build for you and apply it to your own existing website, we've had huge success with photographers either way, okay? I just walk you through with 10, 15-minute videos for each one of these sections. You fill out your Google document, your worksheet, right, using my formulas and my templates and examples, and you're done. You give it to us and we make it live as a website or as like a wireframe or a roadmap for you to make edits to your page, okay? Step by step, you can kind of mark yourself off as you go. So some people get it done in one day. Some people do an hour here, an hour there, and you can come back to the course and make sure you get this all done. That is the StoryBrand website. Guys, give me a thumbs up if this is resonating and you understand kind of why your business, why your website needs this. Okay. After Andy Diamond's site went live, she had 10 new leads in a week and all of them booked, okay? These little tiny differences really add up. Reminder, you don't have to host with Sticky. Okay, hosting is included. We give you a whole bonus year of hosting just so we can get this live as soon as possible. But if you have a blog or you love the platform you're on, remember, I'm giving you the ingredient that nobody else is. Okay, I'm helping you draft the right words in the right order. That's going to finally have your website kind of take off and start doing its job. Okay. I'm glad this is resonating, guys. So blueprint with clear words in the right order. There was one photographer last month. She's like, oh my gosh, Nate. She decided to move from Sticky to a different platform because she wanted to start blogging again. Or there's some other reason. But she's like, Nate, I built it in like an hour. I've never built a website that fast. So I don't care where you host, okay? The only reason why we host for you is so that you can get live ASAP. I wanted to remove more hurdles out of the way so that you can just get this done and off of your plate. If you want to someday or immediately take what we've built and build it in another platform, it's so much easier when you use this proven formula and example, okay? Now let's jump into the funnel piece, okay? If your website's job is just to get the lead, this is why success is so reliant on each other, okay? Because doing any kind of lead gen, offer, any kind of funnel, it takes a lot of work. There's a lot of pieces you need to have built first before you launch it. And I think that's where a lot of photographers get stuck. I spent several years trying to teach people how to do it and realized most of you don't need to learn. Many of you don't want to learn. And so that's why we do this for you. So let's follow Julie as she shops for a photographer with a photographer who has this system. So we know what it's like in her shoes to go through a simple site with a simple funnel. So she goes to Google, asks her friends, goes to Facebook groups, eventually ends up on your website, scrolling down your portfolio. This is for seniors. It doesn't matter what genre. Hey, are you the parent of a high school senior? Enter your email below and I'll send you some tips to make your senior's portrait session a highlight of their year, and I'll also pass along the senior's pricing guide. This is the most powerful thing we've ever come up with. There is nothing that will turn more traffic into a lead than pop-up forms, slide outs, exit intent forms, or an offer like this, where you get to share your wisdom and lean into the fact that all of your website visitors, especially strangers, are hunting for pricing, and this is the only way they can get it. You are going to turn 5 to 10 times as many people into leads this way than your current contact form or your current form on your website is doing. Okay, that is a serious increase, and that's why it's worth the work to build this, to build the thing, everything in the back end to make this work, to get this live. So let's follow her some more. She's like, okay, yeah, not phone number, not first name, not budget, not graduation year. If it's a wedding, it's not like location choice. You can ask all of those additional questions later, because everything else we ask right now hurts conversion. We want to make sure we at least get the lead. People's attention spans are fickle and short. Okay, now we build trust by immediately delivering on the promise we just offered. Here's my pricing. Not a PDF, not multi-pages, no sizes and materials and complex packages and discounts. It's simply showing them and inspiring them with mock-ups, with your artwork on people's walls or gorgeous rooms mocked up. An introduction to your best print options, best products, so people go, oh yeah, you know what, that would be nice to have something hanging above the fireplace. And then it invites them to a consult call, just a short meeting on your calendar to make sure that this is the right fit, and you get to do all of the other education that you want to know to do with these clients. But in this scenario, remember, Julie's only been there for a minute. She doesn't want to book yet. She's like, I'm too busy. And so she's not ready to schedule because people are busy, right? But we have her email address. So now we can keep delivering on the other promise and build trust and show our expertise, where over the next 2 weeks, we send 10 emails, 1 tip a day that they'll actually read, not a PDF that they won't, and that is clunky on email or on a mobile device. 1 tip a day, and then it's saying, hey, I hope these tips are helpful. Click here as a reminder to check out our investment guide. Oh, and if you want, please use the link or send me an email, and let's jump on a quick phone call and answer any of your questions. And then you link to the scheduling page, and now she's done. And now I hope if you're watching this, you can appreciate and imagine how much more likely you are to turn that consult call into a booking because of this journey they've just been on, right? They've seen your pricing, they've learned from you and your wisdom. Having these lots of tiny automated baby steps is what drives the success of so many photographers' businesses and industries everywhere. This is not rocket science. It's complicated. It can be a lot of intricate, detailed work to get it done yourself, but there's a reason why so many successful businesses follow this strategy. Simple website, simple, clear funnel that nurtures the client, gives them time to consider, keeps you top of mind, and gently invites them to your to talk to you, right? You aren't Amazon. It's okay if you have to talk to each one of your clients to help them book, especially if because you're talking to them, they're going to end up spending more with you. They're going to be happier. They're going to be that much more likely to book, okay? Charlene says, I just booked my highest wedding at $25K. She also told me, Nate, I love that it kind of filters out the tire kickers. Yes, I have a higher end brand. And now because of this funnel, because I'm just showing my prices start at and kind of setting expectations, it filters them out and attracts the types of clients that I want to work with. Since the day we went live, averaging one new inquiry a day, huge success. JB again, he just kept, my job when this is all live, guys, I want you to think of Sticky as not just a system where you have to log in and make sticky albums and for each one of your clients. And in order to get results, you got to build them. That's true. We are that. And you still should build sticky albums because they work when you use them. But where this funnel and website is different is its job is to fill up your calendar with qualified consults without you having to log in, okay? You give us your clear words and your images and your pricing. My team builds the rest for you, makes it live, hands you the keys, does a handoff call, make sure you know how to make tweaks and changes if you need to. But when it really works great is when you don't touch it for months at a time, and you just sit there and watch your consultations come in. Stuart says, short version here is before sending confusing pricing information, bad results, right? But then after, he's selling more at the sales session. This isn't about having any high pressure sales tactics or tricks, guys. When we do a better job of educating and showing people what's possible, showing them mock-ups, showing them what you sell, you will sell more, period. Okay. Those are my big lessons this year, guys. You've got to focus on traffic to lead. This is the number that matters most in your business, because every other marketing tactic, whether it's Facebook ads or SEO or partnerships or sticky albums or blogging or TikTok, whatever it is, whenever you finally get that ever valuable, increasingly valuable traffic, you need to do a better job of increasing your conversion to lead. And when you build a system like this that can 5 to 10x that conversion, this is like making any dollar you spend on traffic 5 to 10 times as valuable. That's why it's so important. Please tell me that simple math is starting to resonate. And finally, with that foundation, with that exception, or understanding, when you have, the quickest way to do this, to turn more traffic into leads, is to have a clear story brand website with a simple, clear marketing and nurturing and sales funnel. All right. So that's why you need both. And that's why we offer both now together. For the last time at this simple price of $9.99, it says half off. These prices are going up next year. And there's limited room, guys. We fill up our calendars each month because this is not training that you just go sit and watch hours and hours and hours and then have to do hours and hours of implementation. You give us your assets and we start building. Okay, so go to stickybfy.com to sign up for this offer. There's a payment plan. If you need to break this down into monthly payments, you can. But if you want to take this expense this tax year, now is a good time to do that and get yourself in line so we can start building your funnel. And then you go through the 90-minute story brand bootcamp, give us your words, jump on the final call, and we make everything live at the same time. That is the path to doubling your business. Okay, the most realistic path to significantly growing your business is by increasing your conversion to lead and by doing a better job of educating and inspiring your leads so that they spend more. So maybe you have less clients, but your take home and your profit is bigger. That is why I believe a simple, clear website and a funnel is the best next domino for you to build, to get off of your to-do list and to let us do it. This is something you don't even have to build yourself. This is what we can do for you. So those of you that say, I know I need this, I just can't, I don't have time, I'm so busy. That's exactly why we built this for you, because most marketing plans don't fail in theory or in intent or all of that stuff. They fail simply because they don't get done, okay? Marketing is not that, it doesn't have to be rocket science, but it has to get done. Okay, and I know that it can be overwhelming, figuring out what to write and where to put it and how to connect all of the dots. We are experts in building this for you. Remember, it's not just training, okay? So much more. You give us your images, you watch a few videos, we build the funnel and we build your site/wireframe. You get up to 3 one-to-one coaching calls. So I'll say it one last time. There's lots of awesome programs out there that can give you the roadmap to success in growing your business for multi-$1,000 investments. And those are great if you're going to do them. But that's not what this is. This is like hiring an agency. This is like hiring, so we're not doing training and coaching. This is like hiring a team, my team, to build this for you. That's why some people think, oh my gosh, I thought this was going to be $5,000 or more. This is $5,000 or more in any other industry if we have to do it custom from the ground up, but we're able to leverage our experience, our templates, and our internal efficiency to offer it at this awesome price. If you're making over $100,000 a year, I would consider reaching out to me or other StoryBrand guides. They can build all of this for you, and it would be awesome. I saw Megan DePiro this year. She kind of inspired me to get certified as a guide. She hired her own guide. She's making over $500,000 a year. So it made sense for her to spend $5,000 plus on a dedicated custom one-on-one kind of build out. If you're making less than $100,000, it just isn't worth any business spending that kind of money on custom work. That's why I got certified, and that's why we built the system, so that more photographers can get access to this complete funnel. Okay, bingo. Morton, let's see if I can answer this. If we don't want a whole new different website, can pieces of this be implemented? Yes, the cost is the same. This is the question that I just wish I said it like 3 times, and I don't know why it doesn't land. What you do that's so valuable in the bootcamp is you watch my short videos about each section that your website needs, okay? And then you draft the copy. I show you exactly how to write the right copy. And then we take all of that with your imagery and your pricing and your information, and we show you what your website should look like. Depending on your business, and in your aptitude on your builder, a lot of photographers have made it look just like what we say, and their results are fantastic. Okay, you can decide how exactly you use our template and our formula, our prescription, but the key takeaway is that you walk away with clear words, the exact clear words your website's missing, and in the right order they need to be in. And when you get that, it doesn't matter where you host. It doesn't matter what website platform that it's built on, okay? All right, so I hope that answers your question, Milton. Thanks so much for asking. Here's how, for those of you ready to sign up, I want you to kind of imagine what it's gonna look like. You send us your portfolio, your images, products, contact info, and my team gets to work building everything. The mock-ups, the pricing page, the email sequence, the forms. And once you get us everything, then you get access to the StoryBrand videos, and you watch those 8 videos, you complete your worksheet, you give us your worksheet, and then we build out your proof and build out your site. Then once we've mocked up your site, if you want to host with us, we can show you how to do that and move your domain over to Sticky. And you get a free 12 months of hosting. That's just bonus, just to make it easy if you wanted to do a quick test. If you have a blog or a platform you want to stay on, we give you this kind of roadmap, and we show you how to make your website look like what we built. Okay? Awesome. And then bonus support. You guys are saying, well, what about traffic? My website doesn't have enough traffic. I give you, once you're done in live, you get access to my traffic course that shows you the most high value, low cost, important steps you need to take to make sure you're optimized for SEO and traffic. Because then you're ready. That's when you're ready to start doing social and Facebook and partnerships, driving traffic to a website that has a higher likelihood of turning the traffic you're getting into a lead. There's no reason to focus on traffic until that other stuff is done. Then there's another cool bonus. I've got this awesome testimonial course. Too many testimonials don't get read because they're too long. They're not relatable. People don't read them. And I show you how to tweak the testimonials you have so that more people will read them. And I also show you how to ask for testimonials going forward so that you get people saying the right things and you get more testimonials of with copy that's going to actually be useful on your website. All of that's a bonus. All of that you get in the right order at the right time once you have this live in your business. Okay. So we've built hundreds of photographers in hundreds of genres, or all of the different genres, and it's working really, really well when you've got all of these pieces. You do not have to host with us. We give you the blueprint. Now let's go into reviews. This has been so fun. Okay, Neil, how's it going, bud? This system all about converting traffic. How do we get the traffic to the site in the first place? Neil, I hope that just answered your question. I cover that in my bonus traffic course. It's a $500 course that I won't sell to people because I don't want photographers going through a traffic course anymore until they're ready for it, until they're confident that they have the clear site and the funnel and that clear offer ready. But then to answer your question, I show you how to use custom mobile apps, basic SEO, social media, and other tactics, partnerships. I focus on the tactics that give you the quickest and most realistic path to growing your business. I think that we need to switch gears a little bit. Too many photographers try to think of themselves as like Amazon, like an e-commerce business. I know that I fell for this trap too. It would be so great to just run our businesses kind of make money while we sleep. To go show up for a session, put our images online, everybody buys them for thousands of dollars. No, we are boutique service providers, okay? You don't need thousands of visitors a month in order to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, okay? Running a boutique photography studio requires doing some face-to-face partnerships and some word-of-mouth marketing tactics. That kind of traffic is what is going to help you grow your business in the short term. And then tactics like SEO and other things like that, that's like a long tail investment that I think a lot of photographers don't have the time or patience for, but you can start prioritizing it in the right order. Okay. I have not seen any positive or negative effect to SEO at all. I think that one of the biggest mistakes I'm going to show is so many photographers have written their websites for Google. And it hurt. And even if that at one time did help you rank on Google, I don't think it is anymore. And it's hurting people's ability to understand your website the second they get there. When we write, where we're jamming keywords, or we're putting the name of our business front and center, the title right there, or our location in our city right there on our hero, that's not going to help humans understand your website. And so Google will always send traffic to websites where people sit still and read, where they don't bounce back right away, where it's mobile friendly, where it's got a secure SSL. Those are the things where Google likes to send traffic. Okay, so now for everybody whose website I'm not going to get to review today, I'm going to do as many as I can. So if you guys are ready to save 50% before prices go up at the end of the year, go to stickybfy.com to grab the complete funnel, okay? On that page, let me show you. Where do I have that? There's a little pop-up. If one of you guys has the funnel but not the website, if you're watching this recording and you've got one piece of the funnel, you can choose a discounted loyalty rate to buy just the pieces that you're missing, okay? But anybody else who's new to Sticky and you need both, go ahead and grab. This is the last time to grab it at this price, significantly discounted. I'm trying to find. Oh, there it is. Okay, stickybfy.com to grab that. And then anybody else, if you want my free website audit, my Clarity Audit course is brand new. First ones to get it today. You can go to stickymarketingtools.com/clarity. Shannon, if you're still there, or if anybody else in the comments finds that page, go ahead and type it into chat for me. I'll also email this out in the replay. Get links here if you're watching the replay to grab this awesome course. So what it does is it gives you my perspective on when I'm looking at anybody's website. These are the 5 criteria that I care about, right? Do you know your numbers? Does it pass the billboard test? What I showed you earlier. And I do some kind of refresh on why words are so important. And then I look, do you have a clear and persistent call to action, right? And then do you have a lead generator? These 5 criteria are the most important. There's so many things you could do, but this focuses you on the things that'll give you the quickest ROI on your website. If you sign up for this StoryBrand Bootcamp, you don't have to worry about this course. Okay, this is bonus. This is my freebie to you to show you what I look for in reviewing websites after having built hundreds of them and seeing what works and what doesn't. So here's one more reality the reason why I teach and think about this clarity criteria is being a photographer is hard work, okay? We are in one of the last kind of final businesses where consumers don't know a lot about what we do, okay? If we're going in to buy a car, we know more than the dealer, and we don't really need the dealer anymore. It's like, I want that car. Contrast that with how little your inquiries know about your services, about you, about your products, about the process. So that means they need to learn all of this from you, okay? And the mistake we've made is we've tried to put all of that onto our website because we'd love for people to not have to call us and ask us questions or for people just to book right away. And that just doesn't happen because people, they don't read, they skim. And I know that it's harder, but clients have no idea what you do. So this is not the answer. Jamming our websites full of every little genre, making them choose and figure out the menus, making it all about us, it's too much, okay? The intention is like, hey, wait, while you're here, I would love to show you this. If you don't want high school senior, did you know I do weddings? Oh, and I also do boudoir and children and cake smash, all of this stuff, right? The intention is great and you want to help, but the impact is it's confusing at the least, and at the worst, it smells kind of desperate. Where if we have one single genre per page, and it's very clean and simple, it's got that polished, confident simplicity look, right? So look at this contrast. It's your day. You deserve to enjoy it. Boom. Instantly, within less than a second, the visitor knows that they are in the right place. You can help them survive and thrive, and that you're easier to do business. We haven't looked at any other part of the website yet. It's just the hero, just the billboard, that very first billboard, wedding purchase, you're proud to hang on the wall. I'm in the right place. I'm going to start scrolling down. I know that these little distinctions seem silly, but they really, really matter, okay? 1,000 genres all at once and too much information and making it all about you and your city and your awards. It just doesn't work anymore, okay? It's hurting your business more than you know. The part that I've been most surprised about too is how many photographers who have grown $100,000 plus businesses who still have broken, confusing websites, okay? So don't overemphasize, don't give your confusing website credit for the success you've created. The only thing you've shown is that a website isn't an end-all be-all, right? You've shown, many of you have proven that you can get clients despite a clean, despite having a messy website. When you have really good face-to-face relationship skills and other ways to hustle, and you combine that with a simple, clean website, that's where we see some awesome growth, okay? All right, let me, I already showed this one. I'm gonna bring up a couple examples here in a second, but I want to share this story. So the reality is I see so many people add all of this stuff to their website, it's too much. We need to break it all down to the simplest piece and then spread out and save the other stuff on your site for later. That's for the funnel. 8 billboards on your site. The rest can go in your funnel, okay? Many of you know I have kids. Some of you have kids yourself. Jack, my son, was going through homework, and he's got to do like reading retention, read a paragraph and answer questions about it. And each one got progressively longer. You got this big multi-paragraph story, and he goes, oh. He just was like flopping on the ground. He was so sad as this huge block of text was in front of him. It reminded me of Paul Rudd in Wet Hot American Summer, where he's asked to like pick up his mess on the floor. He's like so overwhelmed. Again, this is who we are marketing to, okay? People on our website, it's laugh or cry, but they act like children with short attention spans, and they're lazy. They don't want to read big paragraphs of text. They don't want to read about you yet. They don't care about you until they're convinced that you can help them survive and thrive, okay? So I'm going to use this formula when I'm looking at some of your websites. You want your hero, this is kind of a teaser section, this is what I teach in the StoryBrand Bootcamp, is on your hero, you want one simple sentence that states what it is they want. Why did they come to Google? Why did they start searching? So here's April submit hers for feedback. This is what I was talking about earlier. This is the common tactic I see over and over and over again of people writing their websites for Google. A New Jersey family photographer. That's wasted real estate. That copy can be there if you want it to be, but it can be so much smaller. Instead, what if this is something I took from your testimonials, April. Capture your most cherished moments. Luxury family portraits for busy families in and around Somerset County, New Jersey. See how we flip the font weight here? Google still has this. Google's still going to see it. They're still going to know where you're based, and you're going to get all of that stuff. But now, when a human being comes and visits your page, they are going to know within seconds that you can help them survive and thrive, that you can help them get what it is they want. Okay? All right. Versus this, where I've got to choose all of this stuff. I'm like, I've got to spend all these brain chemicals, all of this noise. It looks pretty, but oh wait, Santa, mini session, maternity, all of this stuff hurts the experience for somebody coming to your website, okay? Versus clean, simple. This is just the hero. We haven't even looked past the hero yet, right? If I have you look at this, you can see which one is going to help the visitor conserve calories, to understand, and they're going to know instantly it can help them survive and thrive. It passes the billboard test. This is how I want all of you thinking about websites. If I put this section of my website on a billboard, would it convince people to let off the gas and scroll down and read a little bit more? So enjoy your day. Blank photography for fun families in and around city. It seems so silly, but it's so powerful when we use a kind of a Mad Lib style formula like this to make sure that people read this information. We don't have to be cute and clever. Clever is fine, but it has to be clear first. Here's one more example of kind of a before and after for Tammy Brandt. This is what her site looked like before we launched it. Nothing terrible, but just hard to read. Right? Even brain calories count when we're trying to read some of this tiny small font or script font. The menu here doesn't really help. It's just kind of in the way. I don't know where, now, boom, remember this moment. Simple process, relaxed session, heirloom artwork. They are only little once. We empathize. We use language that shows them you understand their challenges, their hesitations, their worries, and that's going to convince people to keep scrolling, okay? So again, what I'm doing right now is a teaser. It's a preview of what I do in the bootcamp, where I show you the formula. I show you what it's going to look like. I show you examples of when it's right, when it's wrong, and you come up with these words, okay? I could write these words for you, but it would cost you thousands of dollars. Or for $1,000, you get this whole system in less time, because in order for me to write these words for you, we've got to sit down for half of a day. You can do it in less than that, in a couple hours, and you can come up with just as good of words that I can when going through my course. Clarity matters way more than being pretty or clever, okay? So go to stickymarketingtools.com/clarity. All of you guys to get the other 5 tips and go through that course. And you only need this if you're not going to sign up for the StoryBrand course, okay? StoryBrand course, no, this whole funnel is what you really need. This is just like a free bonus for being here. Thank you for being here today. Let me see what other questions are coming in. Okay, that's what I had planned for today, guys. I'm going to go through and share a couple websites and kind of anchor this in and give you some feedback. If you guys have anybody has to run, go grab stickybfy.com. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns here. Thank you so much, Christy. Thanks for being here. And Christine, sorry. Let's see, anybody else? Okay, so if you've got questions about what's included or how it works, or you're on the fence, let me know in the comments right now. And I'm going to now show you some examples and some website feedback. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, so I'm gonna put this over here so you guys can see better. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, I'm gonna kind of compare and contrast. Here's Tammy's with that email capture form already here. I'm gonna turn that off. But as I look at some of the sample websites here I've pulled up, guys, I want to compare and contrast with this simplicity of our StoryBrand template. And again, I'm not saying that you need to have our template, but I just want you to see the simplicity. So here's Michelle. Do I know within seconds? Does this pass the billboard test, Michelle? Great imagery. They've got some good stuff here, but I don't know instantly that I'm in the right place. Photo fixation, we're getting closer, but there's a lot of noise up here in the top. Pearlescent Portraits is a luxury portrait studio in Westerville, specializing in family, senior, and couples. We're getting closer. I think that a simple headline like "Tell Your Story," that's what people want to do. Capture your story for years to come. Family portraits you'll love to hang on the wall, and show a mock-up of this hanging on the wall, right? We're so quick to use our own logo and our own name and our own location as like the words we want to use. That can be there, but make that so much smaller, right? It's the last thing that matters to humans. I know it matters to Google, but we don't have to take up this really valuable real estate on the headline. We design portrait experiences that tell your story. Portraits are the souvenir of our Muck family event. The beauty is in the details. This is too much about what you do first, right? You want to show them first that you understand them. We take the time. This is all about you in the process. When we first empathize with and show them that we understand their concerns, we don't have to immediately say, hey, this is what I do. Here's some medicine. Here's some medicine. When you got to first show them that you understand their problem. Then they know, whoa, yeah, I do. I am concerned about siblings getting along. I am worried that my family won't look their best. Okay, now I'm going to keep reading. And then we let your past testimonials, we let them be the first person to talk about you. That perspective is so much more important, where you show proof that you understand this problem and you can solve the problem, right? Then there's more proof, which is your imagery. We're lucky as photographers that we get to show the value of what we do so easily with images. You can even show mock-ups too. And now the simple process. There's 1,000 steps to doing business with you. But when you can break it down into a simple 1, 2, 3, people are going to choose you over your competition because I don't know what to do next here, right? There's all of these different buttons. There's all of these different calls to action. I don't know what to do next. And contact us. I would bet so much money that this form will only convert less than a percentage of your traffic. It's okay to have it. I think this is putting the brain calories on your visitor, where if you just had a separate page with one simple column for each genre, they don't have to tell you what they're coming in from. You have a funnel for each one of your genres. You can do that. So they don't have to tell you. You don't give them that task, and you don't have to ask for name. You can find all that stuff out later. All you need is email, and you can get, in exchange by giving them free tips, free education, right? So when they land on your site, wait, before you go, would you like to see my latest pricing and product guide? Enter your email below, and I'll send you a guide along with tips to looking your best, right? When you offer a gift and pricing, that's going to convert. I hope it makes sense to you guys pretty clearly now. I've said it enough that this offer will convert 5 to 10 times as much as having a form on your site like this. I'm not saying that this has to go away forever, but we just need something more. You need something on your website that's going to convert better than this. So I think you guys are starting to see this is the criteria that I go through and why I focus on these things first to give you the quickest return fastest. Testimonials. Okay, these look great. Jean did my maternity photos in the last month. I wasn't sure. Ooh, I love it. In my testimonial course, I teach you want to put this sentence first. I wasn't sure. Anytime you get your clients saying, I wasn't sure, I was worried, oh, so good, right? It's the problem first, then the solution. I wasn't sure. And your clients are fine if you tweak and they want you to polish their testimonials, right? Run it by them and get permission. But start there with, I wasn't sure how it would go. I felt really unattractive and large. And then you put that first, and then Jean did, you don't even need to say that sentence can come out. Boy, was I wrong. Jean made me feel beautiful again and confident in my own skin. Oh my gosh, so good. And I don't think that they should have to click over to find this gold, okay? These words right here are some of the most important words on your entire website. They should be seeing them pretty quickly within scrolling down your page, okay? You want people to hear from your past clients much sooner. And instead of burying it, people just won't even bother clicking on that tab, right? There's I know that's just gonna be people that love this person. I don't know who they are, so why would I trust them, right? People are skeptical and aren't gonna come look at this page. You need to put your top 3 in that one flow, that one page site. Okay, let's jump over to Carrie. Let me pause for a second, see if I got any good questions coming in. Deb says, thanks for the visuals, so much easier to understand. You're so welcome. I love it. Okay, let's take a look at Carrie's. This is an example. Elevate, celebrate. Are these buttons? Interesting. Okay. I don't know what this means, right? See how I have to see, I'm seconds in right now, Carrie. Your work is stunning. Please hear that, okay? Advice, services. So you have a menu here and you've got a menu here. And that what I like, the analogy I use here, remember during COVID when we had to kind of learn how to do handshakes differently? So painful, right? So awkward because we had to learn how to interact with each other all over again after replacing millennia of habit and ritual. Same thing with a unique menu system on a website. This is immediately going to cost your website visitor tons of brain calories to know what to do next. I'm trying to scroll and nothing's happening. It's okay, crap, what do I do? I don't know what elevate and celebrate. I don't even know what these words mean. How do they relate to me at all? I don't get it. Okay, I'm gonna click services. Now I've got family, teen, women. Why are those all grouped together? I'm having trouble finding myself, right? So that's just, again, this website is pretty, but I hope you're seeing, guys, how this is costing clarity. We don't need to get clever and pretty at the expense of being clear and simple, okay? Before you book, that's a lot to know before I book. I think it's really good that you have some of these tips and you can send them these resources. But I don't, this just feels like a lot to read right now. I want to get access to something really fast. Okay. So I hope that helps. Let's go over to Michelle. Again, a lot of these big menus, it's a lot here to make. It's a lot of work you're putting onto your website visitor and counting on them to find their own path in the store. So I think that just going in and having, if I go to this example, where you contrast the two, right? You can still have a menu of genres across the top if you want, but making sure that most of their SEO traffic will land on the right place and the right page. And you show them that by a clear hero copy, right? And then empathizing with their specific challenges and then their specific testimonials, their specific gallery, a simple, clean process that's all about just jumping on a phone call, trust your photographer, tips and pricing, right? So there's 3 ways. This is exit intent that I've shown you. There's a slide out form, and they can push that button to opt in to your sequence as well. So you're turning way more traffic into a lead and building that out. Okay. Maureen, let's do it again. So we go to stickybfy.com. Let me swap over. That's the right one. There we go. Go to stickybfy.com. I'm going to type it here in the chat. If you're not on desktop, it's kind of hard to see YouTube chat comments, FYI. But if you're on desktop, you should see this okay. stickybfy.com. Enter. Awesome. So let me know if you have any other questions. Maureen, thank you so much. For everybody else who, if you want to go through and hear me kind of work section by section, I think it's going to be more value to you than me just kind of off the cuff scanning other people's websites. Thank you guys for being vulnerable and sharing those. Please go through. I'll send out the replay with access to my Clarity course. You can go through that step by step. Let me wrap up with, I think I've shown that again already. So just as a recap, if you know you're busy, I know, and you don't have to, you know you need this, let me please help you put down your axe, maybe really sharpen your axe a little bit, and maybe even build you a chainsaw, okay? So you get every little thing you do next year will be more effective. To recap, as part of the funnel, you give us your images and we build your mock-ups, right? So we drop them into our gorgeous rooms. We've got rooms for different genres. Then we build you an online pricing primer page like this. You don't want a PDF. PDFs don't get read. One of my favorite testimonials, she said, Nate, I used to have a 5-page PDF and I had nobody read it and I had all kinds of questions on the consult. Now that I have a simple online pricing guide, I can make changes quickly and it's live everywhere right away. So people don't have old, outdated things. But most importantly, people ask fewer questions and they book sooner. So we're just inspiring them on what's possible and showing them that getting on the phone with you is worth their time. Showing them that if you do want to sell more products, you just inspire them with what's possible. And they kind of see, oh, this person makes wall art and makes albums. We jump on a kickoff call with us. We review the pricing page and the mock-ups that we built for you, make any tweaks that are necessary. And then you get to choose your sequence based on your genre, the one that kind of looks best, sounds best for you and your clients. We talk about your voice, your signature. We build all of the calls to action. We publish all the emails and everything gets automatically scheduled, right? Based on, again, what tip sequence you think that your clients are going to like the most. These are really well written, pre-drafted templates. Over time, You could come in and rewrite some of these tips your own or add more emails to your tips, but it's not worth your time to write these, okay? We've got hundreds of photographers with these tips right off the shelf that are doing fantastic, okay? So my goal is to get you live as soon as possible. You can polish it and perfect it. If you're don't let yourself say, well, I need to write all my own emails. Okay, I would bet my house that you won't get it done, okay? Because writing from scratch is terrible. Writing from a template is so much easier. Let us make it live. Let us start working for you this month while you go in and polish and add your own personality, add your own email content, add additional emails and tips. Awesome. If you want to do that, I applaud you. But the best way it's going to get done is by making it live. Sorry, I get a little animated. Just a quick kind of FYI, if you already have like 17 hats or a studio management system, that tool's job is to handle all of your bookings, okay? Our job is to get you inquiries and console calls, and when they book with you on the phone, that's when you add them to your studio management tool. All of these automated emails and invitations are going out through sticky email. It's delivered automatically. It looks like it's coming from you. If anybody just hits reply, it goes to you. It's just meant to, the reason why we built this system and why we built sticky email is so that photographers who don't want to tinker, who kind of, if you are like, just hate that you have to do this much in your marketing and you don't want to learn these systems, that's who we built it for. So we can help you make it live and you don't have to log in. You don't have to tinker, okay? It just runs in the background. And then you can easily bring people over into your other systems. I think that Charles asks about Q1. I think this is the right time to get this launched, so that any other marketing efforts that you can't hire out, right? Go build a partnership in Q1. Go, I think, find a business to partner with and share your traffic with, or build your social media following, whatever that is. I can't do that for you. Only you can. But once traffic does start to pick up later in the year, you'll be so much better positioned to turn that traffic you get into clients, into leads going forward. Once it's all done, you get an exit intent form. That's when somebody goes to leave your page. Hey, before you go, here's the free tips. And with sticky email, we have the slide out form. This one also works on mobile. And we write the copy, we choose the image with you so that we can then launch it and put it on your website. All of the different links. This is what it looks like. This is kind of our process flow behind the scenes that you don't need to know. We're the pros. We do this every day, dozens of times a day. And so you can rest easy knowing that your funnel is going to work. And then we jump on a launch call. My team asks you, hey, what else have you gotten done while you gave this to us? We add the form to your existing website, or we help you launch with your StoryBrand website, whichever one you choose, and you get 12 months of hosting, okay? So it's $9.99 with this offer. You get the website and you get the funnel, and you don't have to pay me anything else for 12 months until we prove this is working. And then if it's still working and you want to keep it live, after that, it's $2.99 a year if you're hosting your website with us. It's $249 a year if you're just hosting the email and the pricing page with us. Super simple. All right. I hope that answers everybody's questions. I hope you guys have a fantastic new year. Let me end with some tongue-in-cheek fun. Guys, what's really got the right potential to help you grow your business next year, okay? I know that toys are fun. I love gear. But getting one more lens, is moving more images in your portfolio. It's not going to make the difference that your business needs. Clarifying the words on your website, building a funnel, predictable, realistic, long-lasting growth in your business, okay? I love it. Pretty doesn't matter, okay? Clear words does. A new logo, doesn't matter. Colors and fonts and layout. Don't, if you're going, oh wait, what's my site gonna look like? Is it gonna be unique and posh enough? I don't care about that. I get so, like, we can help you. You can use custom fonts, you can use custom colors with Sticky if you want. That's just not the variable. I get so sad when I see us all be our own worst enemy and focus on details in our business that aren't actually helping our business, that aren't going to be the factor that lets you get the true freedom that you're seeking from your business. I saw a video the other day where we all become our own business owners because we want freedom, right? But we don't really get freedom. What you get is control. You get tons of control. And now it's all on your plate. Your plate's full. You're juggling 1,000 to-dos and getting done probably not enough of them. Until we start delegating and letting go of control a little bit, that's where freedom finally is. When we delegate, when we grow a team, whether it's partners like this or freelancers or in-house or outsourcing our bookkeeping, outsourcing our editing, and the pieces that you don't need to do anymore, when you let go of control, that's when you finally get the freedom that your business can give you. Okay? I hope that helps. I really enjoyed our time today, together today. Got stuck there. This was fun. If you have any questions, click on that stickybfy.com. Please do use this little widget that's on that page. You can record a voice message or a video message or type a question directly to me, and I'll be answering that, okay? Go ahead. If you're on the fence, just grab this program. If for some reason you realize that this won't work, or my team realizes that this won't work for you, we will give you your money back, okay? You're busy. Trust the process, trust our track record, our 12 years of experience helping this industry, and grab this system for you and just work it, trust it, and know that it's gonna work. And if for some reason you get into it and you talk to my team, and based on whatever weird factor, we both decide it's not gonna work, we will give you your money back in that first 30 days. Otherwise, ask questions, jump in. I can't wait to build this for you guys. It's going to be an awesome year. I think that it can be a little scary when we start talking about the potential recession. And I'm sure you've already heard it, but I'll say it one more time. The businesses that focus on marketing are the ones that grow and potentially leapfrog the competitor during recessions and during downtime, okay? When things are thriving, when everybody's flush with cash, marketing isn't as important because people they don't care. They'll put up with mediocre. But when things are tight and people's attention spans are tighter and their pocketbooks and they're like, your potential market you can go after does tighten up a little bit. And it's the photographers, it's the businesses that have clean and clear marketing that survive, and not just survive, but grow during downturns, okay? So the scary news is I see a lot of photographers struggling who haven't updated or freshened or polished or even built out and measured their marketing in years because you've kind of just been riding what's been working. And now you see this impact. Don't fall into the trap that nobody wants your services anymore, okay? All it means is that you need tighter, polished marketing, okay? I see it day in, day out. There's tons of people that are too busy. They want fewer clients next year because they want to increase their profits, and they've got enough clients, okay? So there's enough work out there. People still want to hire a professional, but they don't have the patience to deal with confusing anymore, okay? Michelle, thank you for reviewing a lot of what I wanted to simplify. So this is my push to do it. Go for it, Michelle. I'd love to have you in the program and help you get that clear, rapid roadmap to getting your site polished and perfect. I'm glad you got to see me do it live. Awesome. Good stuff, guys. I'm going to run. Have a happy new year. Be sure to watch for the replay if you missed part of this. I'll get the replay out later today, along with all of the links promised yeah, I'm excited for the new year. Thanks again for letting us do this with you guys. I hope you took a lot out of it. Have an awesome new year. Cheers.